It's already live.
Okay.
We got that on there. All right, we're live for another episode of the Thumb Strong podcast. Today we're talking about the infinite game of life. So, unlike sports or contests, something like that has a start and a finish, you keep score. There's a clear winner and a loser. There's the same rules for everybody. Life isn't like that. So the rules can change. There is no start and finish. There is no winners or losers. The point is to stay living and moving forward. And what I want to do is relate this to our health, our work, and our relationships. Because it isn't finite like a sport or a contest. It's infinite. So we always have to be working at it and moving forward in those areas. A lot of people think that once they do the challenge and they lose the 30 pounds, they're fixed or they've achieved it, they've won. Whereas the goal isn't just to get in shape or lose the 30 pounds. The goal is to stay in shape and stay healthy, right? Keep the weight off. The goal isn't to get married and find the love of your life. It's to stay married and keep working on that love for the duration of your relationship, right? The goal isn't to get the new job. It's to stay employed and to continue to put effort into that job so that you can keep the job and maybe you progress into that field, right? So that's what we want to talk about and break down is the difference between a finite and infinite in relation to our health, our work, our relationships, in life in general.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kick it off.
Yeah, so
I already kind of described the difference, but I know we have some
just like this was from a perspective from Alex Hormozi. I don't know where he said it or when he said it, but I remember saying this too.
And Simon Sinek has a book called The Infinite Game, I think.
Okay.
So I think he might have actually picked it up from Simon Sinek. So if anybody wants to refer to it.
But yeah, it's interesting seeing the different dynamics play out because you can have either perspective on certain things like health or like relationships or business, but the outcome is way different because of how you view it and just how you perceive your success. And so like a fun fact is, people who view health as like a finite thing of like, oh yeah, I do this challenge or I do this diet and then I'm fixed. Like only 35% of adults will maintain a consistent exercise habit after they finish like a challenge program. And so it's kind of a trap of like only so many will stick with it if they view it as like, oh, it's just this like finite thing that I do. It's not a, we try to pitch it as like a catalyst of like, hey, this is gets you started and gets you good momentum and keep going.
Yeah. Whereas
a lot of people will view, a 30-day challenge or a 60-day challenge and just be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do it for that, and then I'm like, boom, fixed. Don't need to do anything else.
That's the people that we see in like the yo-yo a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, they'll lose the weight and then they'll stop because they finished their challenge or whatever they're doing, and then they put it all back on, and then they come back and I gotta do another challenge, or I gotta get something to light a fire under me again, and it's just that constant until, like you said, you shift that frame of mind.
Yeah.
Into realizing there is no finish line.
Yeah. And for the people that don't change those habits, I think the percentages are higher with diets or surgeries and stuff like that. Like if they just did it without changing any lifestyle factors or habits, it's like a 5% success rate. Whereas the people that are successful with it, they did whatever they needed to do. Maybe it was a challenge or a diet or a surgery or a pill or it was Ozempic, whatever. But they made the lifestyle changes with it. So they view it as, okay, this is a lifelong journey. So that's what it means by what we're talking about, infinite. For as long as I live, I need to live this way, change my, kind of ties to like the identity that we talk about a lot. Changing your lifestyle and not just looking at it like a game you play.
Yeah, that's a really big decision too. Like deciding to, take a pill and like get a little help from the doctor. That's a big decision. And before you're willing to do that, I think you really have to sit down with yourself and decide whether you're willing to make that lifestyle change that goes along with that.
Yes.
And like, be honest with yourself, right? Like, what are the odds that this is gonna work and this is gonna last, and I'm gonna put in the work because I took this pill and like I've gotten to where I want to be. You know, what are the odds that I'm gonna keep this? You know, if it's not a guarantee, or if you're not really sure that you're gonna, you know, be willing to put in the work that goes with it, should you really be taking it in the first place?
And I would say, to add to that, a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, I want to lose some weight before I start working out." Right? Like, how often do we hear that? Like, "Oh, I kind of want to get a little bit better shape before I join the gym."
Yeah.
Whereas, like, with exactly what you just said, I would challenge that person to, you need to start working on the habits and lifestyle changes before you do the surgery, take the pill, whatever it is you're doing. Because then, okay, I've started to build these habits. Now I know that if I go through with this, there's a much higher likelihood that I'm going to be able to maintain it. It's really hard to try to do all that stuff after the fact, in my opinion. Like, there is no best time to start trying to learn these things other than right now. Like, the sooner the better. If you start to make the small changes now, the more likely you're going to be able to succeed and keep the results you're looking for. You know?
Absolutely.
To break down like a finite versus infinite game a little bit more, having known players, defined rules, winners and losers, it's all the finite games. But to break down infinite games a little bit more, players can always come and go, or like people who are in this game, they always come and go. The rules can change, but the point is just always to keep playing. So it's, you know, for the health and fitness example, it could just be starting, hey, like, think of it as a never-ending game, like a video game, right, where there's levels that you get to. So you start off level 1 and it's just like very basic. You do like kind of an introductory, you're just like learning the controls, or learning how the game works. And that's like with health and fitness, maybe that's just like walking every day. You know, you're just kind of, okay, I'm just building that baseline experience level, those experience points, right? And then you get to level 2 and it's like, okay, now I'm going to focus on my water. And then level 3, okay, I'm going to start focusing on getting more vegetables and making more meals at home. And then you keep progressing to different levels. So it's infinite game, as like you can always keep refining or learning different things, or, you know, something changes and then so you have to change and adapt with it. And so that's what makes it infinite and ever changing and adapting and evolving. I mean, same with that, same with relationships, things like that too.
And you can't just jump levels.
Right.
I mean, you can't just go from a level 1 to level 10. I think that's what a lot of people do, is they try to, I want to fast track. I want to be like that person who went from level 1 and progressed one level at a time. And they do these finite things that are short-term, quick, fast, intense, restrictive, whatever. And that's oftentimes why they fail, because they try to jump ahead without leveling up and getting the experience points.
Yeah, and it's either like too much for them, because like, yeah, if you just started a brand new game and they threw you into a level 20 or level 10 or whatever, like, you'd be like, I don't know what to do. You'd give up. You'd be like, I'm not going to play this game. It's too hard. Yeah. It's like, that's why you start easy to, like, get you into it, and then you progress slowly. And so, yeah, a lot of people go to the route of, like, I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to make all the changes. But then it's like, it's way too hard to start all of that right away.
Yeah. It might not seem like you're getting much from, like, let's say step 1's like walking. You want to be super lean, super fit, and you start off just by walking every day. It doesn't seem like you're getting much from that, but you're teaching yourself how to build a new routine.
Yeah.
Right? So like each one of these small steps has like a foundational part of health and fitness to it that is going to come in extremely importantly in the future, like when you get to those bigger steps. It's like nutrition, learning new recipes, learning different how to build a healthy meal, right? Some people don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Just those little small things.
Yep. And, like, you know, you don't see a high school, maybe when you were in high school playing football, and I know you were a really good football player, but it's not like you were looking at NFL guys like, I think I'm just going to go do that.
No.
I just want to be at their level right now.
No.
I'm just going to go, like, if you went on that field, you'd get crushed, right? Because you weren't at that level yet.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's kind of a similar thing when you could, for people that are looking at influencers or people that, I want to be lean or fit like them, I'm going to do this 30-day challenge. It's like, do you actually believe that you can get as fit or lean as that person in 30 days? It's unrealistic, and you're going to set yourself up for failure. Just like if some high school kid jumped out on an NFL field, like, it's not going to come out very pretty, right?
Yeah.
You have to put in the work and the time and the effort. You have to level up slowly until you achieve that.
Yeah, it's like this guy's been working out for 20 years and he's advertising a 30-day program to look like him. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's the marketing that gets everybody. You just gotta educate yourself. That's what we're trying to do. I mean, that's literally why we do this. Is because it's not even our fault. It's everybody's led to believe that this is possible.
Yeah.
That quick fixes are possible, and all these diets and buildings. It's marketing. It's all sales.
Wish if we, maybe if we had somebody who's super, super fit working out in the gym and we advertised, like, do Taylor's workout, you know what I mean? Like, you know how the Mayhem has What's Rich Doing?
Yep.
Like, that's going to sell.
Yeah, it's going to
But,
sell.
like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would, it doesn't make sense for us to do something like that.
Exactly. And yes, we do challenges. Like, we do 4 and 6 week challenges. But I tell everybody as soon as we sit down with them and explain it, I say, this is like a foundation builder. This is your kickstart. This is essentially level 1.
Yeah.
From here, we need to look at the next 6 to 12 months and beyond and what you want to achieve and how we're going to get there. We don't do any, challenge or kickstart like that with the idea that we're going to help somebody lose 30 pounds and they're going to be fixed. That's not what we're aiming for or what we market. We market it as, this is what's going to get you in the door, keep you motivated, hold you accountable, keep your feet to the fire, so that you can continue to move toward becoming that person you want to become. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Cool fun statistic is that they did a Deloitte survey, found that companies, if they have a more infinite mindset, so they're focusing on their long-term impact rather than just like quarterly wins or like doing well each quarter, they outperformed their competitors in revenue growth by 36% over 5 years. So you do better looking at that long-term rather than the short-term type stuff. Just to go a little bit more into the health and fitness, your basic action steps, like level 1, you're building your experience points. It's having walks, balanced meals, consistent sleep, getting in more water. Basic habits like that and practicing that for,
as long as it takes to really stick it in. Not all of it at once. It's just like one thing at a time and like really get that down. Jesse Itzler, who Savannah Banana guy? Yeah. No, that's a different guy. That's another guy. He's the 9210, something like that. He did a lot of stuff. Anyway. So what he does is every quarter, so for 90 days, he picks a habit, and he does it every day for those 90 days. And so instead of focusing on 10 different things for 90 days, he focuses on one thing, and he gets really good at it and does it very consistently. And so then after those 90 days, it's just like a habit. It's part of the routine at that point. And so I think that's a big magic thing where, people want quick results, which we understand. Everybody wishes they could be in the shape that they want yesterday. And what really takes it and what people would have more long-term success with is if they treated it like that. Even if they did 30 days, like, hey, for this 30 days, I'm going to drink this much water every day. And then for the next 30 days, I'm going to add in doing a walk. And then over a year, okay, say you built up, at the end of it, you have 12 habits that are cemented in because you've practiced them for a long time and you've built it over a year. That's a New Year's resolution for some people. I'd say that'd be good. Yep.
You built it out like that.
And at the end of the year, you got 4 new habits that you have nailed down.
Right. Think of it like a game. It's like you want to reach level 12.
Yeah.
It's like bam.
Gamify it.
Level 1 is the first month, and then add a level each time. Yeah.
And the funny thing is it actually doesn't take nearly as much time to get in shape as it takes to get out of shape. Like, most people that we talk to, it's like, how long have you been, how long has it been since you were like comfortable, happy with where you're at. Oh, it's been, since I was in college 20 years ago. So it's okay. So you've slowly gotten out of shape and gotten to the point where enough is enough, and it took 20 years. It's not going to take 20 years to get in really good shape.
No.
It is going to take more than 30 days or 60 days.
Yeah.
I usually estimate about 5 times faster. So if it took you 20 years to get out of shape, it might take you 3 or 4 years to get back into perfect shape. Took you 10 years, you're looking at about 2 solid years. 5 years, 1 solid year. If you just got out of shape in a year, you might only need 2 or 3 months, and you might be right back where you were. But so you can achieve your goal actually way faster than it takes to get out of shape. If you started from where, hey, I was really happy, I was in great health, good shape, to the point where I'm like, enough is enough, screw this, I got to do something. You actually calculated that out, divide it by 5, like, okay, this is how long I'm going to commit to getting in shape for. Good starting point.
Yeah.
Very much. Now to build in with family and relationships. So, kind of relating this to the finite would be, in terms of family and relationships, would be like weddings or milestones. Something where it's like, okay, it's a one and done type of deal, but then, ideally, and then, or like having kids. It's like getting pregnant and having the kid. Whereas the infinite mindset, it's the continual investment, daily gestures, making sure you have that long-term presence. So, okay, focusing on how do we raise the kid? How do we have a successful marriage, a successful relationship, friendships, things like that. It's more than just the little milestones that you see or that some people tend to focus on. It's like focus on the things that are, the rituals, the day-to-day, everything like that, the long-term effects and things that you do in your relationships with raising kids. It's a lot longer process than just like 1 or 2 days where it's like, yes, your life changes forever after that point, but it's what you do after that makes it different.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have too much experience, but I know it takes like constant work at it every day, right?
Yeah, and I think anybody watching this that is married or in a long-term relationship knows that there's a lot of effort that goes in the first year, for sure. Like, you do a lot, and you're super nice and, sweet and do all these cool things, but then it kind of slowly fades away. And especially like after you get married, that's when we don't have to do all that stuff anymore. Well, it's important to still do that stuff, which I'm
arguably even more important.
Yeah, I would say, but.
And the same thing with like, raising your kids. It's like, you have the child. Yes, you got to be a lot more involved in like the first years, but then it's like still working on building that connection over time. So in that way, it's like you build into this great relationship with your kids. When they're in their early adulthood, later adulthood, everything like that too. But fun fact, if this is from John Gottman's research, so they do a lot of love research and marriage research. Couples who engage in small daily bits for connection, like just checking in or showing affection, had a 90% higher chance of long-term success.
Daily?
Yeah. Daily, doing something daily, having like rituals, things like that.
Do you have anything daily that you do? Walk?
We go on a lot of walks. We sit and eat dinner together every night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a ritual.
Every single day.
Yeah.
It's about the little things. It's not about big grand gestures. It's about little consistent. Yeah. It's just same thing with health and fitness. It's not one big challenge weight loss thing, and then it's like, bam, we're good.
You didn't even mean to do that, did you?
What?
Say that connected to that. It just connected itself.
The dots just kind of connected at that point, but like, it's just those little small daily things that matter. It's, saying good morning. It's, giving them a kiss as they're walking out the door, and, greeting them with a hug, and not just, I know people can get to the point of just feeling like roommates, and especially like in a long-term marriage where it's just like, you just kind of come and go and you live together, but it doesn't feel like that connection. And that's where it's like those little daily actions can change like how things feel, how you perceive each other, things like that. So it's like the little things. So little tiny habits that build up over time with consistency. I'd say one big fact is when you're stacking small, repeatable behaviors, they compound over time. It really makes a big difference because 43% of our daily actions are driven by habits. So most of the time we're on autopilot.
Yeah.
Like a lot of what we do is repetitive. It's not a conscious decision. Most people will repeat and eat the same meals, like same 10 meals most of the time. Like 90% of the time they eat the same 10 meals.
Me too.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, whether it's like you realize it or not. And so just taking the time to build those habits or rewire those habits, it's going to take a while. It's going to take longer than 30 days or 6 weeks. It might even take a year or longer, depending on how ingrained those habits are.
Yeah.
I'm such like a routine-based person too, and I feel like the more habits that I have that become like second nature and like autopilot, just like the smoother the day goes. You know what I mean? It's just like easier that way for me. Some people are probably not that way, but
that's actually a really good thing to bring up, because when people think about, I want to be healthier and more fit, and I got to do all these things, it can be overwhelming, and it can be scary, and it's like, can I do this? Do I have what it takes? But you do reach a point to where it becomes automatic if you do it long enough.
oh yeah.
So, like, for example, packing our workout bag, showing up to the gym, prepping a meal, cooking a meal, packing snacks, like all of that is just second nature to all three of us. Like, it's not hard.
We're like finding healthy options when we go out to eat.
Yeah. However, for somebody that's never done any of that, it's all really hard.
Yeah.
So we're here to tell you, and going back to like just focus on one thing for 90 days. If you did that one thing for 90 days, there's a very high chance that it's going to be second nature at the end of that 90 days. It's going to be super easy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
You know
You
what I
almost
mean?
don't even have to think about it.
You
just
wouldn't
kinda
even have to think about it, yeah.
No.
So,
Like if you start your coffee in the morning and you drink cup of water while that coffee's brewing every day for 90 days, you probably wake up, sleepwalk out there, and that's exactly what you do, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
yep. And a great analogy or a great example of this autopilot is, everybody can probably relate to this, and you guys can probably relate to this. Let's say your commute to work, once you've done it enough times, you can get to work, be like, I don't even remember. I don't remember if I stopped at that stop sign. I don't remember. You just got there because you've done it so many times. It's autopilot.
Your brain
You're probably
forgets.
thinking about different things.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you're like, I don't even remember the last 3 miles.
Yeah.
That-
Driving in a long straight road, and then you're like, I don't remember the last 4 miles of this.
You probably did that a lot. To and from Ubley, sometimes twice a day
Yeah.
for a couple years.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, especially late at night. So hard 'cause it's a long straight drive, and it's just, you're tired. And keep the eyes open. You're gonna be okay. But yeah.
I just wanted the point of that was I just wanted to point out that it does get easier.
Yeah.
It gets much easier. It can become natural and automatic, and you can adopt those habits. And it's not hard forever. You just got to stick it out.
And one quick point before we wrap up is just that everything intersects. So how, like, your family, your health, your work, everything intersects because, work sustainability, if you're grinding yourself down, and then you're not going to be prioritizing your health or your family at that point. But if you have healthy boundaries with work, and you prioritize your health, and you have strong relationships, it all just feeds off of each other. Makes a kind of infinite system with the loops between everything and connection. So if you start improving one thing, it'll most likely bleed into the others. Especially, health and things like that. And making sure that, like, how you view something makes a big impact. So if you view health as a short-term finite thing, you might be viewing other things in your life, whether that's work or family, as like finite, check the boxes type things. Instead of, hey, how can I keep continuing to build this and play that infinite game with everything in your life.
Yeah. Perfect.
So, call to action would be to pick one habit, do it for the next 30 or 90 days if you really want to commit to it. Just one habit. Something super simple. And
right now we have a lot of people just going out 3 days a week for a walk or a couch 5K.
It could be
That's
walking.
one new habit that they're doing.
could be reading 5-10 pages
Yeah.
of a book. There's a lot of
Water.
stuff.
Water's
Water,
amazing.
goal,
Yep. Key is just to
goal.
pick one,
Yeah.
not 10.
Yeah.
Just one.
stretch for 10 minutes a day.
Yep. And it's like just focus on that. Mark it off on the wall, whatever you got to do.
And one more quick analogy, just to hopefully help people kind of wrap their head around this, is like, you know, the surgeries, the pills, the challenges, the quick fixes. That would be kind of like if, you know, you had a huge project at work and you put all this time and energy into it and you totally crush the project, and then after that you quit.
Yeah.
Quit your job, or you just didn't do anything after that. Like, you're not going to keep that job very long, right?
Right.
Or if you know, got married and you went on a honeymoon and you got all these gifts and you did all these things for your wife, and then all of a sudden after that first year you just stopped doing all of them.
Yeah.
How long is it going to last? Like, so to go back to our point, we have to continually put effort every single day into this types of stuff. Health, work, relationships, everything in life in general, you have to continually put effort in every day.
Yeah.
Health is not a finite thing. You can't just win at health.
Okay.
You have to continually put effort in.
Another way I look at it too is like we don't own our health and fitness, right? We have
It's
to pay
rent
the
every day, baby.
Yeah.
We have to pay
And
the
rent is
rent.
due, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't deserve it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, we have to put in the work and show that we earn this, you know, every day. Nothing is given, everything's earned.
Yep, that's one of my favorite quotes. Is the world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a bunch of undeserving people.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You have to earn
Earn
it.
it. Earn it.
All right. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and stay healthy. We'll see you in the next one.